I created a class called calcclass to group all my calculator functions together. Using a class makes the code modular and reusable, so I can later add the new operations without touching the main part of the program. There is a main part. If I didn't use class, I would have to write all operations separately in the main function, which would make the code disorganized. Firstly, summation function. This function adds up all the numbers in the array. I use a for loop to throw every element of the array. Integer e equals 0. I start e at 0 because arrays in C++ start from index 0. Secondly, this condition makes the loop run until the last element. This is increase e by 1 each time, so it moves to the next element inside the loop at each number to sum with sum plus equal array e and return sum. Let's start subtraction function. This function subtract all numbers from the first number. I start the loop from e1 because I already used the first element array in 0 as the initial value for result. This is check prevents errors when the user enters 0 numbers and I did result minus equal array e, so after that return result function. This function multiplies all numbers in the array. I set the initial value of mult to 1, not 0, because if I start from 0, the result would always be 0 no matter what numbers I enter. The loop starts e equal 0 for the same reason. Array starts at index 0. Each time the loop runs, it multiplies the current number array I. When the loop finished, it returns the total product. Division function. Let's see. This function divides the first number by all the other numbers. 0 check in here. Division by 0 cause undefined error. The program would crash or given infinity. That's it. To avoid that, I added an if condition that checks for e equal 0. When found, it prints an error message, error division by 0, and stop the function safely. Let's see main function. In the main function, I create an object CLC like that from my calc class, so I can access its functions. Then I ask the user how many variable will you enter. I store that numbers in the variable size. Yes, I use dynamic memory election to create an array that fits the number of elements the user enters. This makes the program flexible that user can choose any number of inputs. The loop takes user input by 1 and stores in the array. Let's see the while loop in here. I create a menu that keep asking the user what operation they want to perform. The do while loop ensures the menu repeats until the user choose the exit 5, and in select I take choose of the user. Switch case. I use a switch case statement to choose between different operations depending on the user input. Each case calls the corresponding function from the class and prints the results. And in here, when the user chooses 5, the program prints a message and exits the loops. How many variable will you enter? Let's say 2, doesn't matter. Enter 2 numbers, 56 and 45. Choose your selection from the menu submission. Let's try third one.